Hi, hello, and welcome to Cinema Express. My name is Ram Venkat Srikar. Today we have with us writer, director, producer, and actor Rakshit Shetty. He's one of the most prominent names in Kannada cinema. We're here to talk about his upcoming film 777 Charlie. Hi, Rakshit.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, awesome.
So, director Lokesh Kanakaraj, who's promoting his Vikram, he said in an interview that mounting a film like Vikram, which has like multiple stars, he's been traveling with the film for 2 years. But he said the hardest process was still cracking the script. Once the script is approved, rest is it's not a cakewalk, but the execution is relatively easier. Do you agree with that?
Definitely, because I believe script is the foundation of any film. And if that is good, if things are right there on paper, then getting it on screen can be a struggle, but it is not impossible.
Okay.
Like there is no doubts. You are very sure about your film. You know it in and out on paper. So it's just that you have a vision. Getting that, how do you crack that vision on screen? And from then on, there are also the whole team supporting you to get your vision on screen. And if you're particular about your the kind of visuals you want to bring on screen, and also if you know the emotions of each characters, how they travel in the script, then I believe execution is very easy.
Okay. Now, talking about the execution part, I have two questions. First part is, even you stated in an interview that Kiran Raj would come up with multiple iterations of the script and you would be suggesting changes. You were involved with the script right from the...
Yeah, in the sense, see, as an actor also, I'm supposed to know
and
the
as a
script.
producer as well.
As a producer as well. So I'm supposed to know the script before I go on floor. And obviously, since there is a writer inside me, when somebody comes and tells me, once I know the gist, once I know the flow of the character, once I know the character graph, when he comes and tells me a scene, I know, based on the graph, where he's going to fit this scene, because the emotions are in a certain way. I know the story. Based on that, I make my guess.
Okay.
Probably sometimes there are times when he tells me, oh no, this scene is actually fitting here. And then there is some kind of discussion which might happen, and sometimes he's right, and most of the times he's right because it's his script. But otherwise, yeah, if there is any better ideas, I get and I tell him, and obviously it's his choice to take it or not. But I do, I use, I've worked with him for 6 to 8 years now. At least when we started Charlie, I had already worked with him for 4 years. So I was at that comfortable equation with him where I could tell him something.
So Kiran Raj also said that you guys had proper storyboarding for every scene, and you achieved 90% of what you said today.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that storyboarding part? How was that different from scripting detail?
So basically, that was I was not getting involved there, because that is completely Kiran Raj's. Because he has the visual in his hand, he has the emotions in his hand, and he knows what kind of shots he wants to be shot. So there is an artist working with us called Varsha Chakera, who is one of the 7 Odds, and she basically sits with him and does the basic storyboarding first, and then she does makes it better on digital. And then obviously once it is ready, then before we go to shoot, and then Kiran Raj comes and shows me also, which probably I normally don't bother to go through it in detail. But since he has put so much effort, obviously when he's coming and showing it to me, then I do give a glance. But once I am very sure about the script, I'm done. And then after that, I'm not getting too involved in the process of making.
So you are also a writer, and when you write characters for yourself, do you write it in a way that it plays to your strength, and do you find it easier that you are acting in your own writing?
So I have not. See, when I write, I don't think if I can do this or not.
Okay.
Even while Ulidaru Kannante also. So that was the first thing which I wrote for myself for films, and I know first 3 days I was struggling.
As an actor or as a writer?
As an actor. As a director, I have my shots clear cut, in my head. I have no confusions at all. I mean, in fact, I've hardly shot anything extra for the film. I'm, shot by shot, it's right there in my head. But as an actor, so I had written the character called Richard Anthony, and his attitude, his body language, I had things in my mind. But the first 2-3 days, I was struggling. I was not happy with what I was doing, and when in my visuals, he looked better than what I was doing. So I think from the 4th day, when I started, when we shot for a scene where I had to use the pan, that was the first time I was having that sada pan to get that
reddish
effect. And the teeth also should
look like he was a guy who
uses that. So as soon as I had that, I got a little high because of the pan, and probably that gave me some now I will be Richie.
Like you could let go of your inhibitions
probably. And once I played that scene, I got the scene. I got the character. Even after that, even if I don't have the pan, also I'm there. Okay. But I remember that every day morning, even if I'm using the pan in the shot or not, I used to go. Once I'm dressed up, I used to have the pan and then go into that zone for some time, and then I should play Richie. So that's how it used to be. So yeah, Kirik Party, I didn't struggle. I was ready on the first day itself, because we had workshops with the other actors, and in the workshop also I was trying few things. Okay. Probably first few readings I was struggling. I was not getting the exact punches maybe, but then by the time we went on floor, I was prepared, especially for the first half. Second half was quite easy anyways. Since I had played Richie, it was just a toned down version of
that one out
of that, and he had to be a student, not he can't
be a gangster like
that body language was not there. It's a little stiffer than Richie, but almost the same attitude, where he is very calm and just speaks less, kind of a character. ASN again, since we had worked on the script so many times and I had read my lines, I didn't even have to look at the script to know the dialogues. I knew each and every character's dialogue by heart.
18 months you had worked on ASN?
18 months we had worked on the script. That was because for the first time we were trying to write something based on the structure.
Okay.
I knew about the structure before also, but I never took it very seriously. As long as I'm enjoying the story, it worked for me for Udiyar Kannada or Kirik Party. But in ASN, since I took the structure very seriously, that became in a way it became started becoming a hurdle. Okay. That because now I was not thinking from the heart, I was thinking from the logical mind. How do you write something inside this structure? And that's how we wrote, ASN. Okay. But obviously, once we started writing the scenes, that came from the heart only, because you can't write scene logically. So that's what I keep saying. So that character, as soon as I went on floor, I knew the first day. Actually, there also I remember, struggling for first 1 or 2 days, because I remember that. There is this bar scene, where Cowboy Krishna character, where I am inside the bar and they're getting 4 goons. Sorry, I get 4 goons with me, and people start.
You do that whole dance.
After the dance, Lakshmi comes. So that scene, I knew for some reason, if I play that scene, then I will get the character easily.
Okay.
The rest of the scenes I can carry off what I am carrying off in this scene. Okay. And so our first idea was to put the bar schedule first, so that I do that scene and then I
get the gist of that character.
But for some reason we couldn't get the set ready. So we had to go to Bijapur and shoot 10 days there, where I had like 4-5 days of shoot. And there I remember struggling for 1 or 2 days, because I was like, I should have played, we should have finished that scene, I would have got the character, and then we should have come here. So immediately coming to this scene is not giving me enough
you're not able to get hold of the character.
So that happened, and then immediately after that schedule, we went back, we shot that scene, and then I got it clearly.
Lovely. Speaking of Avane Srimannarayana, I had one question, but I'll club it with this question. After 2016, you have done only, after Kirik Party, you have done only two films. And this is a question that you must have been answered, must have answered a lot. But my question is, Avane Srimannarayana is this huge, ambitious Western project. The frames, every frame looks like a lot of care went into crafting of each and every frame. And personally, I love the introduction scene, that screen thing. I think it's one of the coolest scenes. So, is Rakshit Shetty a very obsessive guy with his frame? Is he a taskmaster? Is he a perfectionist?
I obviously see, when you start dreaming about a project, it is the visuals which starts haunting you. That in this situation, when this visual comes, that gives the kick. And obviously, it is Karam Chawla who brings that magic on frame. Because his framings are like that. I remember the first few shots we took of ASN. I was like, this is as good as Da Vinci painting. That kind of feel I used to have. But obviously, as soon as you edit it, that painting feel goes, because there are a lot of shots which comes in sequence. But when I was seeing just one shot at a time, it was that for me. But yeah, it's basically Karam Chawla and the production designing also, which enhances the vision. And obviously, Sachin, who was directing the film, he's worked with me since Simple Avadnoshu in every project of mine, and he is basically a VFX artist, editor, all put together in one. So all of them, got that beautifully on screen.
So when you put so much effort into a film, get attached to it for 3 years, work on it day and night, when it works for some, it doesn't work for some. ASN had mixed responses. How do you respond to those comments, and how do you come out of that, and how did you get into the zone of Charlie 777?
So see, it was very difficult during Ulidor Kadante for me.
Okay.
When it didn't run didn't do well in the box office, and I had given my everything to that film. But after that, once I learned from it, learned to take the response, and learned that sometimes few films will give you credit after
few years,
and that's what UK did for me. So in a way, when few people didn't like ASN, it didn't hurt me as much as it hurt me during UK. But it definitely, subconsciously, at least at some point, it does, because ASN was my learning experience, because I came out of my comfortable zone, and I did something which I had to do it, because I have few more visions for the future, and I need to prepare myself for that. So I need to get used to the fantasy land, things like that. And also ASN, see, ultimately, it worked for few, it didn't work for few of them. But the kind of learning what I learned from, I got from it, that is, I can't deny it, and I can't, that is unmatchable.
Okay.
That is very important for my journey. So I have that satisfaction, whatsoever, irrespective of you like it or not, this has given me this. So it has given me something already. UK didn't give me that, when it released, but ASN had already given it that to me.
Okay.
But I know, knowing all the flaws in the film, I know when it didn't work for few of them, I know why it didn't work. And when it worked for few of them, I know what worked also. But I normally see the flaws because I want to correct them. But when people talk about what didn't work for them, I mean, if they talk about what didn't work for them, that is fine with me. But when they outrightly reject the film, that is what sometimes hurt, because there are few beautiful things in ASN which is never
yeah,
tried
yeah.
before,
Before
especially in India or in South India, and especially the action sequences, the way it was designed and all.
I love that. Sorry to interrupt, but I love that whole parota and meatball thing. It is so quirky.
The comedy action sequence,
Yeah.
also the climax action sequence, which is very stylish.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there are, and also there are few scenes which I believe are, you know, they're beautiful, they're marvelous, in all ways. Although, you know, we have written it, I still admire those scenes. You know, thinking that I have not written it, but you know, when I watch it, it's beautiful. And when the people who reject the film outrightly, can't they see that is what my question? At least, you know, there are few things which you can appreciate. But yeah, see, you can't go and ask, no, please give me appreciation. It's not that. It's just that at least inside, if you know that, okay, it's not that, you know, you can't outrightly reject it. There are few things which is appreciable. You know, please appreciate that as well.
Lovely. So you just said that ASN was a huge learning experience. Can you share a couple of things that you took away from ASN and used it in 777 Charlie? Because this looks equally ambitious.
No. My learning from ASN, as much as I've learnt in ASN, I've learnt in 777 Charlie too.
Okay.
Okay. But ASN is completely on a logical part, because we are writing for the structure. Whereas 777 Charlie is completely for the intuitive brain, because this is completely about the emotions.
Right. Okay.
So
okay.
What I've learned here is completely different from you know, this equation. And see, when I as soon as I tell you it's learning, it's logical. It's not intuitive, because for intuition you don't have to learn.
Yeah. It's instinct.
It's instinct, right? But a subject which is completely worked on instinct by Kiran Raj, I have learned emotions through it.
Okay.
Which is again the feminine aspect, you call it. So there is learning from on both the sides. But this is a complete you know, objective learning. This is very subjective learning.
Okay. So like you said, emotion is the core of 777 Charlie, right? Especially that final shot in the trailer where they have that. So this is a film that is this expects people to invest their emotions in the film. But unlike other pan-Indian films like Pushpa or RRR or obviously KGF, which banked on high moments and the grandeur, this is a small film, but it's heavy on emotions.
Right.
Is that do you thought that will be the USP of this film, that people will be turning up for the emotions? That's what did you?
No, the initial USP was the dog.
Okay.
That, you know, there is we have not seen dogs film for a long time, and not with the Indian emotion for sure. Even if it is Indian emotion, you know, I have not seen a film where a dog comes into a human's life and changes him. So that equation is something very new in Charlie, and that's what you will like, because now you will, you know, once you connect yourself with the character called Dharma, who is completely an introvert, and you start traveling with him, you know that, you know, the dog is doing something for you to bring that change inside you. And by the end of the film, you know, subconsciously consciously you are seeing that change in Dharma, but subconsciously inside you that change is happening.
Right.
And by the time of the climax, it brings the sound, everything is designed in such a way that you are in a different world altogether.
Okay.
You know, it's like, since there is an inspiration from Mahabharata, where the Pandavas, you know, in their final journey to the heaven, they start walking to the Himalayas, and a dog starts following them. And on the way, all the Pandavas die other than Yudhishthira. So only Yudhishthira reaches the heaven, and the dog reaches with him. And on the way, he knows when, you know, each and everyone from his family dies. He knows why they are dying. You know, they are not supposed to reach heaven with the body, because of such reasons. But only Yudhishthira reaches there because he is that pure. But the dog also has reached. but he's not allowed inside. Indra comes and stops him at the gate that you can't bring the dog along. So he's like, without the dog, I'm not going to come. Because if it had to die, if it didn't deserve to reach here, then it should have died on the way only. But if it has reached here, then it deserves to come inside.
It has to come to.
So this is the idea where our Dharma's character is also
Dharma Pandava character.
Where the dog and Dharma, they reach a point where Dharma is reach. It is not about heaven here, but it is learning about the emotions. A dog changes his life. That itself is heaven. I mean, you can find the heaven here if your emotions are in place. Is what the idea is, and the way how beautifully Kiran Raj has depicted this idea of reaching heaven with the dog in the climax in this film is, it's beautifully, that the space is created very beautifully, visually and audio also. It takes you to a different world, and it's beautiful. I mean, this is my experience, and I'm sure when the audience have that experience in theatre, I think they'll go crazy.
Wow, I'm still processing that Mahabharata. Is it a film that will make us cry?
See, sometimes crying is not bad.
I'm not telling it's bad.
So it will make you cry, but it will make you laugh. It will make you laugh. It will make you, you will have tears in your eyes without your knowledge many times, and again it will make you laugh, and then probably by the end of it will make you cry also. But it will make you smile as well. But before you come out of the theatre, you will come happily and with a smiling face. So,
like you said, you even said that because dog is such a common emotion that everyone, that emotion doesn't have language, right? People across country, they love dog, and that's the demography you want the film to cater to, and that's why you're going pan India. But as a producer, did the success of KGF 2, did it make you more confident as a producer?
Definitely. I mean, in the sense, see, I was very confident about Charlie even otherwise. But I know KGF 2 has come and opened up a mindset among people. That we are ready for, as long as it is a good film, we are ready irrespective of if it is a dub film or a straight film. Right. That mindset is already created. Obviously, there are previous films which is RRR, which created that. I mean, Bahubali created a long time, but in recent past, RRR came and set up that mind. Pushpa came and enhanced it, and KGF came and completely
blew it out of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I know that there is an advantage here. Now, when my film is coming, there are already three films, although they are in a different, they are different genres, but among the people, it has created a mindset where I am ready to go and watch the film in theatre, even if it is a dub film. And also, we have taken care, in each and every language we have dubbed, it is as the kind of effort what is Kiran Raj and his team they have put behind dubbing. It's like preparing a new script for that language and making sure that it doesn't seem like
the essence is retained
in each language. Of course, the subject is universal, so that also helped us. But I'm sure that nowhere when you watch the film, probably once you get involved in the first 10 minutes, you won't even you won't even come out of it and think, oh this is dubbed. That feeling will never come to you. You'll watch it like a straight film. So far, since 6 years, you have done 2 films. Now you are doing 3 films. 3 films are upcoming. What has changed, Rakshit? So I've told you, ASN was my learning. And Charlie is also a learning in many ways, but I was also, it was a phase of time when there's a lot of internal quest also going on inside me, and I think that was a preparation for something. Okay. And now probably I'm done with all that, and I'm ready to start the new phase. Yeah. Lovely. Thanks for your time. I'm looking forward to 777 Charlie and most importantly, Richard Anthony. Thank you so much. Pleasure talking to you. It's one of the nice interviews I've had. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.